Hey guys, this is Will from PowerTraders.com. Today I'll be doing some analysis on some stocks. Basically, I'll be showing you guys some my watch list and some decent trade setups for this coming week. And as you guys can see here, we're looking at Amazon right now. Obviously, Amazon trading this really nice channel, and then we had, of course, a sell-off last week due to their earnings. And right now, it seems like we are holding just by a thread. We closed below this support, and we could be going further down to test this line. I actually do have a long position. Yes, price does look really bearish. Price action looks really bearish. However, as a trader, you don't want to be, you don't want to let those emotions get ahead of you. Sometimes if it hits those levels, sometimes it hits those levels. You just got to put it in a trade. It looks good in terms of, terms of the levels. And let's just take a look. So what I am planning to do is have a long position here, and I'll show you guys why this trade is worth it. And because here, look here, I have a stop loss here is 2%. So say I put in $1,000, I can only lose 2% of that $1,000. On the other hand, if the trade comes to fruition, guys, I make 17%. So 17% of $1,000 is 170. So I lose 20. The risk I'm paying is $20, but the reward I could be potentially getting is 170. Another way to look at it is 17% divided by 2. So my risk reward to the dollar is 8.5. That's my risk reward ratio, at least on this trade. So that's really attractive. Now the chances are this trade probably won't come back, but if it does, like I said, the risk reward is worth it. Let's jump ahead and take a look at Tesla. Of course, I also showed you guys Tesla last week also, but I want to show you guys again here because we finally had a breakout at 700. As you guys can see here, clear breakout. Now we came back down. We touch the 700 level, and we're still holding it. So potentially, let's see what happens, guys. Maybe this is a bull flag forming. Kind of have to go into the closer, but maybe here we have a bull flag forming potentially. Again, let's see what happens. What else? Starbucks also trading a really nice channel trend since September. You can see here it's held in this trend really nicely. Of course, we are testing this red line support level right now. Yes, in the past, it has come down to these levels here and has come back up. You can see here, even the last time, it didn't touch the bottom end of the channel, though it didn't touch that here too. So I am looking to enter a trade. Right now, I do not think this is a good time because we just touched the top. So maybe, just literally like, 2 weeks ago, we touched the top end of the channel. So let's just, give it a few more days, maybe a week. But this definitely could be a good trade setup. For example, if you enter a trade at the bottom end of the channel, say you risk 2%, maybe let's give a bit more wiggle room, 3%, and you're looking for a 12% gain. And that's pretty good. That's also a pretty good risk reward ratio, guys, at 4. Another one, Ford. As you can see here, we had a breakout in May, zoomed all the way up, and obviously we've been trading downtrend ever since. This looks like a pretty attractive trade. We came back here, test here. Actually, we had a really long wick all the way down here, and we held, and we're still trading. We're currently holding this support line right now at 1331. I do have one caution, however, if you guys want to trade Ford. When price is, in such a bearish downward trend, we've been in this downward trend since May, actually more like June, but we've been in this downtrend, for 2 months, 2 months and a half, guys. So I'll definitely, be careful because you're essentially fighting against this, trend. In other words, you're kind of catching a falling knife. So definitely keep an eye on this, but I would just want to mention it. There are definitely an aspect of this trade that looks appealing, but I do want to mention it because I want you guys to see that I don't want you to be catching a falling knife, and I think this trade could potentially play out that way. Maybe you will see price continue to move down and down, but again, guys, what the level is telling us, we're holding 1333, so definitely keep an eye on this stock. Let's see what happens. Now we just went through our blue chips. Now we're going through some more small caps and mid cap stocks. As you can see here, Trtx holding the support line really well. I entered a trade yesterday, so let's see what happens, guys. I have a really tight stop loss. Also, I think it was 1230. I think I'll have to check. So my stop loss at 2.7%, and I'm looking to profit somewhere at this red resistance level here. And again, 16.7 divided by 2.7. My risk reward for this trade is 6.2 to the dollar. Let's look at AUX. AUX has been a stock I've definitely keep an eye on because you see these waves, and I love these wave moves because, well, if it does make another wave, that's a lot of money. Let's look at the last one. That's a gain of 45%, guys. So that's pretty impressive. And it did that twice, one here in March and the other one here in between May and June. So could we be setting up for another wave? Potentially. And of course, when you're trading, you never bet with 100% certainty. Again, you go by risk reward and the probabilities, but most importantly, risk reward, guys. And the reason for that is because you may be 30% right of the time, or even less, maybe 20% right at the time. But if your risk reward is 8-1 or 10-1, then overall that factors out, that times the probability you're gonna be profitable. So risk reward definitely important. Probability also equally important, but definitely you want a high risk reward ratio in your trades. So let's see here. I have not entered a trade in this yet. Actually, I should have when we went down to 9 and have a stop loss at around 6%. And you have 40 divided by 6.6 risk reward to the dollar. But let's see here, guys. I have a feeling we will come back down and test 8.7. But definitely keep an eye on the stock. Let's see if we could. Let's see if the stock could do a third wave to test the 13 level resistance level up here. Now let's look at HR. The stock has been trading actually since COVID crash in 2020. Still struggling here, guys, but the trend looks pretty nice in my opinion. Let's see here. Where is the? Oh, there it is. Let's see here. Price seems like it's going to come down and test the bottom of the channel. I'll probably look to long somewhere down here at around 30. Of course, I'll look to profit somewhere at this red line here. Maybe I'll keep a bit to see potentially we'll move up here, but I'll probably take profit if we do come back above or close to this resistance level here. And my stop loss is probably going to be around 2.7%. Not really a crazy trade here, guys. You can see here at 3.5, so not exactly a crazy trade, but still pretty attractive to me. The trend looks pretty on point. Now let's look at Gaia. This is a stock that looks really interesting. Just keep a note though, Gaia has a market cap of only 200 million, so definitely be careful. We had a really bad sell-off here on August 3rd due to the earnings report, but we are still holding this support here. I am actually really tempted to enter a trade with a type stop loss, maybe roughly around 5%, and I'll look to profit and I'll look to profit either here at these green levels here around 30% or maybe potentially maybe I'll keep some for potential move up to test the top end of the channel. Next one, RFI. Okay, market cap of 400 mil. You can see here I've been holding this trend channel really well since November. We are currently testing key support right now. One other thing is also that you can see there's horizontal support as well. So if you guys are looking to enter this trade, definitely keep a close eye on this support level. If we do manage to break this red line support level, I would get out of the trade, honestly, because if it breaks here, not only is breaking the resistance trend, it's breaking the channel trend also. So we could potentially be looking for a bearish breakout. But nevertheless, it hasn't broken out yet. So let's see if it holds. Decent trade could be, decent entry could be at 1580, or even all the way down here at 1570. You can have a really tight stop loss. Actually, you can go by 1.5%, because we're trading so low to the support. You can have a really tight stop loss. Say I enter a trade at 1590, I'll probably have a type stop loss as 2%, and of course the risk reward ratio, if it come back up, let's round it up to 12 divided by 2. So that's a pretty good risk reward ratio. Let's look at next one, Nvgs. Let's see the market cap here, 700 mil. You can see here we've been trading in sideways channel trend since, let's see here, since this initial breakout in December, and we've kind of been stuck in this sandbox ever since. I'm looking to enter this trade if we come back down to test this level here, at 870, and I'll have a stop loss. We do have a wick here, so you do have to be careful. I know you can also see a spike here also, so definitely this stock could be quite volatile. So let's say I have a stop loss at 7%, and let's see here, gains of 35%, so divided by 7, again around 5 risk reward to the dollar. So decent trade here, but again, we also could move back up from this support we're at right now, but to me that's not that attractive, guys. This is already a risky trade in itself, entering at 8.7, considering how we have spikes here and spikes here in the past. So even though we you can see here we came back up, even though that's possible, definitely would not enter that trade, too risky. And last one here, VSAT. Let's see, market cap of 4 bill. Although we might be a little too late on this trade already. We see here we've been trading in a triangle structure. We had a breakout here finally, and you see here clear 2 retests on 2 days. And now yesterday, price resumed out up 3%. We may have already missed this trade, but the reason why I wanted to show it anyways is because we could actually come back down here, guys, to test, maybe come back down to test 51 level and resume back off again. Anyway, guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more content.